You know, when you have an original movie and you want to make a sequel, that's fine. But when you have two spin-offs within a year of each other and one of those spin-offs isn't so great, maybe there's a reason why people won't show up to the actual sequel.
Hang on to your fronts, Planny. We're going to save Lucy and all of the other people who were captured.
Hello there everybody, it's me, the Canadian Movie Buff, with a review of The Lego Movie 2, the second part. Lego Movie 2 takes place 5 years later, where Bricksburg has now turned into this wretched landscape known as Brickpocalypse. However, Emmett needs to become the hero once again when his friends are kidnapped and are sent off to a place called the Sistar System. A lot has happened in the 5 years that the first Lego movie came out. Phil Lord and Chris Miller have won Oscars for an animated Spider-Man movie, Chris Pratt has become one of the world's biggest stars, and the DCEU really took off. However, Warner Brothers got ahead of themselves, again, and made one too many spin-offs. Granted, 5 years is still a bit of a wait for a sequel, but considering how good the first one was, you'd think people would be lining around the block to see the second one. I guess if you try to catch lightning in the bottle a second and third time, then there's no reason for anybody to come see the fourth try. Don't get me wrong, this is a really good sequel, even if it misses a little je ne sais quoi. The Lego Movie 2 is a solid follow-up that does a good job closing out the franchise. Any Phil Lord and Chris Miller movie always comes with a healthy dose of self-aware humor. Not exactly Deadpool layers where they're breaking the fourth wall and talking to the audience, enough so that it's there, but it's not distracting. And while we've gotten a bit more accustomed to this brick style of animation, it's still very fun and appealing. And while it is limited to what minifigures can build within the world, it still feels very creative. What this movie does a really good job with is closing out the series. The story wraps up in a nice little way that it doesn't feel like a third movie is necessary. If they do have a story for a third one and they can make it work, then I say go for it. But this movie doesn't really try to set up a sequel. It ends on a note where they could make another movie, but it also ends on a note where if they said this was the last movie, that would be totally fine. I have a little bit gripe with the twist villain. I won't spoil it here, but once you get to a certain point, you're like, okay, maybe he's not the good guy we think he is. And once you sort of figure out that twist villain, the rest of the movie becomes a bit predictable. The Lego Movie 2 does not have the same appeal as the first, that I will admit. But after two spin-offs, including one that felt incredibly rushed, I guess I should have expected that this one wasn't going to do as well. But you have to keep in mind that Lord and Miller are more involved with this one, and for that reason it's one of the more better animated sequels out there. As I said before though, if they were to stop making Lego movies, this would be a good point to end on. Even though I wouldn't object to a third movie, but personally I don't think this franchise has any more to offer. Unless they want to keep making spin-offs so that they run this whole Lego mania into the ground. Although I wouldn't mind a Lego Justice League movie with Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, and Zachary Levi voicing their respective characters. With all that said, the Lego Movie 2, the second part, will still be a lot of fun after multiple viewings at the theater or on Blu-ray. Alright, that's my review of the Lego Movie 2, the second part. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Leave your answer by commenting down below, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you're new here. And as always, this is the Canadian Movie Buff saying, I hope you had a fantastic weekend at the movies. See ya!